Hi, welcome to Qlikview. So in this session, we are going to look at one of the Qlikview's extension, object. So that is Gauss chart, and another one is in backend part, basically lookup table kind of thing. Okay, so let's get into the action. So first we'll look at the apply map. So that is what a lookup function which is used in Qlikview backend. Okay, for that let's create a mapping table. So it's taking a bit time, right? So insert sample table. Let's make it as an ID and this as product. Okay, ID1 would be make it pencil. ID2 as pan tree chalk. Okay, this is my table, and I want to use this as a mapping table, right? Let's make it mapping table. So if you want to use this as a mapping table, you have to have uh, prefixed mapping for the table. And for using a lookup here, apply map here, you should be, the table should be having only two fields. That's what the limitation is. Okay, so one should be, one field will be acting as an ID, and the one will be data. Okay, so we'll be referring to ID, referencing the ID so that it will fetch the apply map will fetch the value which is there in the corresponding to the particular ID. Let's make it as product table. Okay, right? So we are doing mapping load, and the point which I want to make here is, so after completion of uh, the script execution, the tables which are prefixed with mapping will be removed. Okay, so these tables will be available during the execution. Once it has finished execution, it will, the tables will be dropped. Okay, right? That's what the advantage is. And the apply map is very fast. It works on ID base, so it will do the mapping and lookup very fastly, right? So then have the actual table. So now I want to have an orders table. Okay, let's make order ID and product ID. That's product ID and assume as unit sold. Okay, my order ID will be 101, product ID 1. Let's see, sold 3, and order ID 101 again, and my product ID will be 2, and unit sold, let's take it as 5, and 102 is the next one. 3, 2, 1, 104. Let's have 3 as product ID units 2, 106, 1, unit sold is 2. Okay, let's save this. Right, let's rename it as T1. So now what I'll do is I'll apply map here. So I told you that once the script has been executed, you can't able to find the tables with job prefix with mapping, right? Let's save the code and I'll execute it. So let me check with this name at level. Save it. Okay, and reload it. Okay. So as I told you, only one table will be available, because the table with mapping will not be available after execution of the script, right? then take advantage of that. Now I do resident load star for fetching all the fields, and then apply map. What kind of apply map I will be doing it? So here, if you place cursor here, it'll show you. Instruct you what to do and what is the function return type and what are the parameters are there. First one is mapping map ID. Here you are supposed to give the mapping tables name of the mapping table. So the mapping table name here is product, and then the second parameter would be the field name which you are using here to map. So here I'm trying to map this product ID. Okay, and give it. Then so if it is matching, the ID is matching, it will fetch this. If it won't match, what has to do? So you can specify null or else give something as NA, right? So I'll add for 11 as product ID. Okay, third product. Then close this. So this, we are done with apply map. So the resultant of apply map would be the product name, right? So give a name, alias name to it as product, city product, and then so I have to take this from which table? Resident from T1. So T1. Okay. Then drop table T1. Getting the point. Qlikview is case sensitive. Please remember this, right? So now what are we doing? So we have a mapping table here and we have a data table. So now we are doing apply map on product type to fetch product names from mapping table. Okay, so here what this star will do is load star will fetch all the fields from this T1. Means what we are doing is we are doing a resident load. There are multiple types of load that we'll discuss in the upcoming sessions. So among them, this resident is a one more type. So what this resident will load is this will fetch data from RAM. Okay, it will not be hitting the DB or any file where from where you are reading from the data. Okay, so once you have loaded the data into Qlikview, that will be available inside the RAM. If you want to fetch data from the RAM, you can use a resident. Okay, so the code execution is execution method is top to bottom. Okay, so the code execution starts from here. It will identify the mapping load and it will load as a temporary table, and then it will comes to this thing. Means here it will load this data, and then here it will load data from this and then apply map. Okay, right, let's execute. Let's reload the application. So before reload it, because if you have any code errors, then probably you'll end up with any unchanged code changes, or your code will be with the previous version only. Let's reload. So now you can see the product. Okay, let's go to table viewer, right? So let's see the product. Yes, it is 100%, right? Then right click on it, see the preview. So here we can see pen, pencil, chalk, and here it is NA because the product ID 11 is not there. I think it was not there, right? Yes, 11 was not there in the mapping table. I'll show you the mapping table as well. So control E. So here 1, 2, 3 are there, but here we have product as 11, right? And it is not necessary to have the field name same field name. So by default, apply map will treat the first field as ID field. Okay, so that's why it will pass data, not the field name. to fetch the values, corresponding values. This is how um, apply map will works. Okay, and let's see the gauge chart. So gauge chart is one of the chart which is um, like display. It's very much useful to display um, growth or contribution, means percentage of a particular product or something like that. But display only numerical values, right? So it's dimensionless chart, I can say. So for creating that, let's load all the fields first. Product. Okay, these are all the fields what we have. Then right click, new sheet object, click on chart. So it will display the window with the charts. So here I don't want title in chart, and just select the gauge chart. Okay, and press on next. It will take you to the dimensions. It's a dimensionless chart, but and don't go for it, just remove it, I mean ignore it. Let's go to next. There it will ask for uh, expression. So in my case I want to check the units sold per order. Okay, so and sum of total orders, so total units. So what this will do is, so first it will, sum of units will work with respect of the selections, means if I select an order it will take units of that order, and sum of total will take so total units sold, right? So then this will be generating a percentage, right? Share of that particular order in total sales. Okay, then let's make it as order contribution, right? Then finish it. This is with I mean what we call the default styles. Okay, then we can customize it, right? Why this is happening? Let's see that. So go to presentation. There you find two segments, and which would be the highest one we have indicated here, and then um, right. So for changing, we have different styles. You can change that. Okay, and if you don't want the outer lines, you can go to presentation. There you can hide the segment, and you can remove that. Right, if you don't want pop-up label, you can do that. So here this is 270 degrees. If you want 180 degrees, let's make it 180. Right, if you want needle, you can put it, or else can have a needle style different one. Okay, and you can also change the needle color as well. Okay, so you can have an arrow, then stick a simple line. Okay, so this is good to have. Classic looks good. So, and then the major units, how many units you want to have. You want to show the scale or not, you can do that as well. And what would be your center angle? So it will be always, I mean, make sure 0, or else you can do the customizations as well, right? And if you have, I mean, if you want to implement any actions on clicking this thing, because it will shows only one value, So if you sell, I mean, if you want to put some actions on top of it, yes, you can add. This is only chart which allows you to add actions, right? And color codes as follows, right? And in this, go to fixed, so presentation. Okay, let's make it for one. So we'll discuss about this. What is this one in the upcoming sessions? Okay, so one indicates all. Okay, so you can put in total, or else you can just remove. It won't matter. So one is for all. And what is the advantage of total is you can apply identifier, means you can total it by product as well if you wish to. Okay, right. So see here what it is doing. So the arrow will change according to the selections. Suppose if you select two, the selection will follow, right? So this is how the guard chart will works. If you want to have some, what I can say, um, text in chart. Let's go to presentations, add. So here, okay, then you can see the exact one. So here it is 0.69. So if you want to drag this, hold Control Shift and wait for the cross symbol, then let's pull it here and drag it to the place where you want to have. Okay, so these two are contributing to 69% of total units sold. Okay, if you select only one order, see this, it's contributing only 7%, 15%, 15, and 61% by 101, order number 101. So this is how we can see. Okay, right. So that's all for today's session. Thanks for watching the video. Please